All right, man. So you already know, obviously, hopefully you've been paying attention, but what's been happening and what has happened has been, something that kind of got media talking a little bit because there's been some negative connotation that people are using in the media to try and bash Kawhi and come at Kawhi, obviously. I'm going to go into breaking down what happened and just talking about it, and try and go as in depth as I can about what has been transpiring in terms of, this whole Kyle Lowry talking on CJ McCollum's podcast, the pull up, about Kawhi and just, the clip that's been going kind of viral and just things that been, hitting the surface and surfacing in terms of just Kawhi's name, right? And it looks like a tarnishing and people are trying to take it like they're trying to, like Kyle Lowry is tarnishing his name, stuff like that, when he actually really didn't. But I'm going to give context and give IQ. That's what I do. So, let's go into the context, obviously. So, the last couple of days or, maybe a week ago, I'm not even too sure how long ago, but, Lowry was on, obviously, CJ McCollum's podcast, The Pull Up. And, there's a clip that was kind of going around where he talked about Kawhi, in Toronto. Because, obviously, Kyle Lowry has left the Raptors and, he went to Miami. So, when the season is coming, you kind of bring this guys who have, especially when they're shifting teams and, they've been in the media at some point, especially during this offseason. They normally go on podcasts and there's a lot of questions, interesting questions and interesting topics to kind of ask them and talk about. And it will give, it'll create a hoopla, it'll kind of create, a wave because people are kind of like waiting to hear from these type of guys, especially talking about what has transpired within the last weeks and couple of weeks and the changes that they have to make. So, guys who have made changes are always going to be the forefront of the media, in the offseason. So when you look at it, or guys who had a great playoff run and stuff like that, right? So you can actually bring up anybody. But anyways, Kyle Lowry, we know he went to the Miami Heat. He's been traded, sign and trade and all of that. But, the last time, no one has really kind of talked about Kawhi in depth. And he's kind of talking about Kawhi in his experience with Kawhi in Toronto, right? And he's talking about it. And there's a clip that went around. So let's go into the clip and listen to it and kind of, actually process what's been going on or what he said. And is it cap what everybody else is saying? Or is it true? Or is it, no IQ? What is it? So let's go listen to that and see. And I'm going to play it real quick. And, we'll obviously dissect it.
With Kawhi, you don't really have to, you kind of take on his a little bit because he's so quiet and he's so just kind of like, stay in the moment, stay right here. You know what I mean? Like he was just like focused on, he knew, he said he was the originator of load management. So, Alex McKechnie, shout out to Alex. We started load management. I don't care what nobody said. Pop started it, but we called it load management. But we knew what he was going to play. We knew, but he was just like, that guy was like, Kawhi rubbed people the wrong way because of how he operates. He's like, yo, give me the ball. I'm going to get it done. Like, I'm going to get it done. And he rubs people, hey, you might be like, Kawhi, I'm open. But he like, I'm going to go get his bucket. You know what I'm saying? Like but you understand that he's the best basketball player on your team. And you got to make sure big dog got to eat. You know what I'm saying? Like, right. Big dog got to eat. At the end of the day, big dog got to eat. We give you the ball, you do your thing. As long as we win games, we all good. So the personality, my role just changed because the year before I had to score a little bit. My role just literally changed. I just went to straight. He was averaging 24, 25, and we had other guys around, Marcus O, Danny Green. Freddie was coming to his own. Pascal was coming into his own. We had Serge. So my scoring went way down, but my assists went up because I knew that I had to make sure that big dog ate, right? But I also still had to make sure that the other guys ate too. So, I'm not really necessarily worried about me. And that's going back to that being a bench player. I knew how to, all right, big dog got to eat. Like my other guys ready, all right, whatever happens to me, I don't care as long as we win. So I took on the role of, just more of a old traditional point guard.
So when you look at it, obviously, Kyle Lowry is probably telling the truth. And, especially if Toronto beforehand, before Kawhi came there, it kind of was like, especially with the G League and, the 905 and guys undrafted and guys who had a chip on their shoulder. It kind of was like a family. everybody eats kind of situation. Even when DeRozan was there, right? It was always everybody eats situation. Even though DeRozan and Kyle Lowry were the main 1-2 punch of the offense, they were still unselfish within the offense, right? Everybody ate. Everybody had to step up. Everybody was going to get their shots. If you're open, you get it. Obviously, DeRozan would do his pump, pass, fake. Pump, fake, and then pass out. And, Kyle Lowry will shoot when he can and create and shot create when he can and dime other guys. And everyone, it was just a flow, a driving kick type of offensive flow, and not too much steady ISO other than DeRozan, right? Lowry would get it here and there in ISO, but it was a pick and roll heavy, ball handoffs, dribble handoffs, high octane, high up tempo, driving kick offense, right? So when you look at it from that perspective, everyone's going to eat. If someone's open, you're going to pass, rotate, right? DeRozan's the assists even increase, right? Like stuff like that. That was how it went, and that was kind of like the culture and just the dynamic of and the play style of the Raptors, right? Back then before Kawhi came. So obviously now when you only trade Pirtle, right, and DeRozan, and you bring in right Kawhi and Danny Green, Kawhi's coming in as a real big dog, like Lowry's saying. He's a big dog got to eat. So big dog got to eat, obviously, you know what I mean? Like, he's going to have sometimes, even if a man is open, like, dog, you being open, like, this is what the greats do. If you're open, I will pass it to you, but context. Mans have been missing. You've been bricking. Your palms are sweaty. I can smell it. You know what? I'm going to rise your level of play by me getting these tough buckets. And then now next time when you're open, you're going to hit that because you want to be there for me because you see I'm carrying and I'm going to rise your level of play just by me getting buckets, right? So people don't understand mentally how that transpired, because when you see tough buckets, you're like, oh, you have that fearful attitude and that fearful mindset of, oh my God, I'm nervous. This bucket, it means everything. This shot means everything. I got to hit it. And you're overthinking because, when you see your star struggling in terms of DeRozan, that was the difference between DeRozan and Kawhi. DeRozan, he didn't rise his level of play in the biggest moments. He didn't rise his level of play in the clutch, especially in the playoffs. That's what we're talking about, in the biggest moments, right? He kind of looked like his palms are sweaty. So if your star's palms are sweaty, the role players have to rise up their level of play. But even then, it makes every shot that they have to shoot now a big type of shot. And it's kind of like nerves and everything's riding on that. That's why they weren't successful. They couldn't get over the hump, because like any team you see, without the superstar taking you over the hump, you're not going to get over the hump. The superstar has to be the one to take you over the hump, and then you only hit a 1-2 once in a blue moon as a role player, because that guy's carrying, and it's like, relief. Can you knock that down for him? And you're amped to knock it down because you're not even worried. This guy's palms aren't sweaty. He's been carrying me. It's my time to do you a favor finally. As opposed to your palms are sweating, you're just passing to me. Now I have to do something that I've never been doing and create and doing all this extra stuff because your palms are sweaty. It's two different things. So Kawhi knows big dog got to eat. Lowry knows that it's going to rub people the wrong way because they're not used to it. They're uncomfortable, right? That's why it's going to rub the Raptors the wrong way. But what Kyle Lowry didn't say is, as they were winning and as things started changing and they started winning and getting over the hump, did it rub them the wrong way? No. If anything, they force-fed. Like that Philly Game 7. Go back and watch it. Man's palms are sweaty. You'll pass it to Mans off the double team. They're open. They won't shoot it. They actually dribble and wait and then give it back to him. I saw Pascal do that. I saw Lowry sometimes do that. I saw Van Vliet sometimes do that. And everyone was like, where's everyone else? And it was Kawhi, and you see him carrying, like doing Jordan type of stats. We've seen that. So obviously, a guy who's operating on that kind of mindset, and he has bare role players around him, above average role players in a sense. Obviously, he's going to say, man screaming, I'm open. You're going to have to ignore man. You're going to have to get used to ignoring man. I got a bucket, don't worry. Nope. You know what I mean? And he's saying it in one word type of sentences. A guy like that who operates on that level, like, you can't have a scorer like that and a superstar like that defer all the time. Even if you're open, it's not about you being open. Me hitting this tough shot is going to enable you open, even being more open next time. Because if I pass it to you and you just miss, they want me to pass it to you because they know you're going to miss. But if I don't pass it to you and I get this bucket while they're double teamed, or even while they force me to a bad shot, I demoralize them. So now when I actually pass to you, they're extra doubling me and over aggressively doubling me because they're fearful that I might hit this shit, even though I'm guarded and forced into a bad shot. So now your open shot is even way more open than it used to be, because before, when they're just kind of forcing, they're kind of doubling in hedges and in gaps, they're forcing you to pass to the guy who's open But they're going to recover. Once I pass that, they're recovering. They're baiting. It's part of their offense. It's part of their scheme. Schematically, they're forcing you to pass the Van Fleet in the corner. We want that shot versus Kawhi's pull up what is 62, almost 70% guaranteed. You know what I'm saying? We rather Fat Van Fleet, who's shooting 36% from 3, let him shoot that then in the corner. So they're kind of gapping, forcing you to Kawhi pump fake, then now pass to the corner. Now they're already rotated. So your open shot isn't necessarily fully open. It's going to be closed out. As opposed to now if I hit this pull up, and even though you're open, sidestep, step back, dribble pull up. Now they're going to aggressively double me. So now when I pass to you, you're wide open. Ain't nobody covering or rotated. You're wide open. That's the next level thinking that people don't talk about. And obviously it's going to rub people the wrong way. Obviously it's going to, you know what I mean? Especially when you're not, like I said, you're not used to this. You're not used to this. You haven't been around this type of elite man. You've been around a guy who won't even shoot in DeRozan and will pump fake, and will pass even when you're not fully open. So you're used to that. In fact, that's why they're getting rubbed the wrong way. Because most role players who've played with those type of guys, them ones, are used to sometimes you're open, you might not get it, fam. If you play with Carmelo, you play with Kobe, even if you play with LeBron, especially early LeBron, you might not get it, fam, because it's my time. Don't worry about it. I got it. Don't worry about it, sweetheart. That's splat. That's what happens. You know what I'm saying? But that's what they're not playing with that superstar whose palms are sweaty. He's not even double teamed and he's pump faking, passing out on single coverages. You actually get more opportunities than the regular role players around them ones would actually get. So now Kawhi coming in, y'all are actually bougie. Y'all are actually like, y'all aren't real role players. Y'all actually been getting a benefit situation. Role players that get the rock way more than they should in comparison to other role players, right? In other situations. So that's why they're more, they're more privileged. They're privileged role players. That's what they are. So that's why they're complaining the fact that I'm open, Kawhi didn't pass it to me. Are you out your mind? I promise you, Kawhi had to fight and had to, square up with some of these guys and slap them with the claw. Or I seen the difference. If you watch Raptors games, especially in that season, you've seen that 2018-2019 season. You've seen how the Raptors were playing from the beginning. They'll give Kawhi the ball, but especially even Lowry. Like, there's times when they should give Kawhi the ball, they wouldn't. They're trying to do what they were doing with DeRozan while Kawhi's there eating and it's clashing. They'll get a 1-2 loss from it. And then finally, I know there was a shift. There was a switch where it changed. And I know Kawhi behind the scenes, like they said, rub people the wrong way. He probably snuffed somebody, or he had to, yo, dog, what are y'all doing? It's me. And then that's when they trusted him and they finally gave it to him. You've seen them be more role players in those moments. Those, them one moments. It was always Kawhi. You could see it. And that's when the team shifted and they started winning. Because remember, they didn't start off just winning out the gate like that. There was a little bump in the road. So, obviously, like, hearing this to me actually tells me Kawhi's them ones. This shouldn't be turned around and seen as a negative. Oh, he's rubbing teammates the wrong way. Oh, my God, see, Kawhi, people don't like Kawhi. Kawhi's not a great teammate. Like, are you out your mind? If anything, this is the recipe for success. This is the recipe for elite. The ones who are great teammates are not the ones considered elite. Look at CP3, what they say about him. Look at Kobe. Look at Jordan. Look what these guys, what they say about him. You know what I'm saying? Because if you're not on my wavelength, I'm here though. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, dog, I'm going to make you here though. And if you're not here though, dog, you're not going to like me because I'm going to challenge you every step of the, you know what I mean? Every little step I take, I'm going to challenge you. You feel me? So it's like, dog, come on now. This was music to my ears when I heard this. And I already knew this just by seeing the dynamics. So I already knew this. Because you can even see it looked like Kyle Lowry and Kawhi's relationship was strained at the beginning. He didn't want to pass him because, he's mad that DeRozan got traded. You gotta understand that, right? And eventually he bought in, and then you see happiness, you see joy, you see them adopting Kawhi's mentality. You see them actually saying what Kawhi's even saying. It's one game at a time. You got to go on the road. It's just one game. They start talking like him even in press conferences in the finals. You know what I'm saying? In the playoffs, like they start, you know what I mean? And it all shifted when he hit that boom, 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 boom from the game winner in game 7 versus Philly. They really like, yo, he is actually that guy. Any question we had about him, like, remove that. And then that's when your game's going to elevate because now You know that, guys. I'm not nervous anymore. So if he does pass to me, I even am amped that he passed to me because he doesn't have to, because he actually can get a bucket double teamed. And that's what people don't talk about. I'm open pass. That's basic level thinking. Go further than that. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I try to do. But at the end of the day, right, you understand that media is going to find a way to twist it. Remember, they don't like Kawhi ever since he went into LA and didn't join with LeBron. Like all these other mans are joining. They hate that. So, obviously Kawhi's been in a negative light with LeBron and media fans for a minute. So, the same load, like I always said, the same load management that they complain, and even Kyle Lowry talked about it. Toronto created a load management. He did it a whole year and they praised him. They said it's smart, look, did it, and this and that. And then the minute he went to LA and not LeBron's building, they just bashed all the load management he was doing that he did the same year ago. He literally just did it and won a ring doing it. So what are you bashing? You know what I'm saying? It's just because he's not with LeBron, so they're finding any way to discredit him or just dislike him or just cap about certain things. So, obviously, like I said, it's going to look fugazi. Media's going to find a way to turn it around and see, we told you, see, we knew that they didn't like him, and oh my God, we knew that it wasn't all roses. And, obviously, because remember, too, Toronto did keep everything under the rug. You know what I mean? Under the blanket. They kept everything in behind the scenes, behind closed doors. So, put it in the vault and locked it. You know what I'm saying? So when you look at it from that perspective, the fact that Kyle Lowry is talking like that, they're going to obviously find a way to say it's a negative. But I actually think it's a positive. And not actually think, I know it's a positive. You know what I'm saying? Because this is how them ones move. If them ones don't move like this, you even are somewhat questionable. Even Draymond, who's not one of them ones, he talks like them ones. He's going to challenge you like them ones. He's going to get in your grill like them ones. You get what I'm saying? So you got to understand that, man. It's just, don't fall for the media tricks, the media tricks and how they move. Understand everything just for, just be authentic with it and just understand everything on his real IQ elite level. And then, the game will just be more beautiful to you. It really will be. It really will be. It really will be for real. And a lot of people don't do that. Obviously, I can't expect everybody to, because a lot of the casual fans and, media is the reason why the game is even more global, and the reason why the game is making more money and the players are making more money. Like, the casual fans have a lot to do with it. If it was just only purists watching, the bulk of the fans aren't going to be watching. So the casual fans watching do play a role. It's not like you want them to remove it, completely, but there is a clash where it does affect the authenticity of the game. And, their power and how they dictate a lot of things affects the game in just, like I said, it's authenticity and just it being generic and just being just elite, right? It just affects it. Like Draymond said, it's a delicate game. So, don't fall into the trap. I mean, some things are funny with casual fans or whatever, but overall, don't fall into the trap when it's being real and when we actually having real topics and, stuff like this. Don't just be bashing Kawhi, man. This is elite. He's them ones. He's that guy. He talks in a one-word phrase, one-word sentence. Like Tim Duncan, it makes sense. That was his guy. You seen what KG said about that, you know what I mean? Nice try, boy. That's how Kawhi probably talk. Poor man get paid. While he walking. That's what he do. I'm about to get his bucket. No, I got it. It's me. That's what he's doing probably. So, you know what I mean? Obviously going to run man's the wrong way, but go ask those same Raptors players how they feel about Kawhi. You seen how they were trying to make him stay. That's how they really feel. You seen where Ibaka went to. Come on now. That's how they really feel. They already know what it is. So it's what it really looks like, man. At the end of the day, it's True Talks. Because True Talks. Share, like, and subscribe. We out here. There's no doubt here. There's no drought here. You feel me? I appreciate y'all. You already know. Spread the word. Remember, click that notification button so you know when I'm here. Because I'm here. You feel me? Dog. It's what LA looks like, man. I appreciate y'all. Thank you for coming for that IQ, because that's what I do. It's what LA looks like, man. You gotta love it. You gotta love it. Season coming soon time. I can't wait, man. I can't wait. And you already know what we gonna do over here on my side. I appreciate y'all, man. You already know. And I'm out, man.